Yo guys, what is up? Dave back here with another update on Nitto C because a lot of you guys are digging this project in a lot of different Facebook groups and a lot of different websites um, that I basically am showing this off on. Just in general, you are loving my garbage code. But the idea behind the project is something you guys are all very much enjoying. So that's why I'm basically going through with it anyway and coding it anyway, because even with my sloppy code, it works. Now, I know I should have done this with case statements. I should have learned about using a case check or something like that. But right now, this advanced loading function is basically the function that, this isn't needed anymore. Also, read save isn't needed there anymore because it just runs advanced loading, and advanced loading is in, or read save is in advanced loading. Now let me explain. So read save is reading a file that I created. This is just a text file. At a later date, I will add encryption to the file so people can't just go in and modify it. Also, so what this is basically doing is it's just reading or writing text. In this case, it's writing text and telling the variable in current car specs, or in current car, that the current vehicle is whatever is on the first line of that text file. So as you can see right here, save.ncs, boom, 3 Series. So obviously my first car on the line was a BMW 3 Series. So I decided to add that in. I decided it was about time I add in some form of a game save. That was the only way I was going to actually get around the fact that I didn't have really a way to detect what car was bought, is unless I saved it to some sort of file. So I added in a save function to the program, which, as you can see here, very simple, write save, and I just had to come up with a simple public bool, which is a true or false statement for those of you that don't really understand code. And it would basically run it. So actually, now that I'm realizing it, this isn't needed anymore. And I'm looking through it. This is the other reason I like doing these videos. It's basically an opportunity for me to also go through my code, look at it, and be like, holy crap, that's useless now. Because I'm having to explain the code to you guys, which means I get to go through and be like, oh, cool, I don't need that anymore. But I am going to go through, and pretty soon I'm going to start making this pretty. There was a comment on my last video of a guy offering to make some graphics for the game. I'm just not up to that spot yet, but I will be wanting that very soon. I'm going to find a way to fill up the main form within this area. This label isn't needed anymore. I think I'm going to just get rid of this entirely. The word car isn't really needed. It's pretty obvious that it's a car that's selected. But from here on out, this means I'm going to be able to finally move on to actually make the quote-unquote fun stuff. Now, this is also the part I'm a little bit afraid of, because I don't know how I'm going to pull apart the cars so I can, for example, change out the front bumper or something like that. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do body kits and wheels and all that yet. Granted, I know I can just make several versions of the same car, but that's just a hell of a lot of work that really isn't needed when I can just take a simple small graphic of a wheel and put it on top of the image. But I don't really know how I'm going to do that in C# at all. Like, I know how to do it in Adobe Flash because I worked with Adobe Flash for way too damn freaking long. But in this, it's a little bit different. So, you know, for now, what did I break? Oh, I removed that text, or that label. That's what that was. Okay, anyway. So as you can see, it shows that I have the 3 Series selected at the moment. If I go in and I buy the Acura NSX, you double click that. As a safety feature, I have a double click. And it changes it to the NSX. The Leon, double click. Now you have the Leon, Fantasy, Green Monster. I don't know why it does that, but you know, it's whatever. I might have to actually manually size it. Picture box size mode, normal. Not on that car. Shoot. Let's see what happens. I had to do a rotate on that one too. Normal. So we're gonna go and see what happened. Oh, of course. What I think I'm gonna do is, what are the pixel sizes on that specific car? So this car is 172 by 79, which means, what is this? 17279. It should fit to that just perfectly. Perfect. So now it doesn't actually move around or anything. All the rest of the cars should be all right. Yeah, they're just going to be way high up for some stupid reason. I don't have a way to fix that. The only way I can think to fix that is add some code that'll auto size the actual picture container. I'll do that at a later date. I just wanted to make sure I got everything fitting. I mean, if this car doesn't work out, I'll just remove it. It is a cool looking car. Oh. 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 Whoa. That didn't work. But whatever, I'll fix it later. Whatever works, works. So, from here on out, that's what we're going to deal with. I think next up is either going to be part shop or garage. I know we all really want to get to the racing, and that's the part I'm most excited to code because it'll finally be the thing that makes me open up the actual calculator to look at the functions and the math and all that. And actually, if you guys want a sneak preview and there's anybody out there that actually understands basic code from calculators, I'll just type up some of the math that I came up with. I'll do a $25 bid. Go to. So here's basically what we did. I had multiple variables, but on calculators you can only set up a variable up to one letter. So you can't do integer HP. So basically the code on my graphing calculator actually looks like this for racing. And this is what's going to make it insanely hard. So it's label 87 for, label, that's the label. You can use go to 87 from other places and it'll actually go to this label, this part of the program. So it's label 87 and then it's if D is less than W and N is less than 1.1, then it does this math equation of O F caret thingy N divided by 2000 plus H times 0.5, and then it stores it in the D variable. So basically that's equals D, but you can't do an equal sign on graphing calculators like that, and that's instance, so it's like that. But basically what that's saying is it's doing the math, figuring out if I'm going to win or the other person's going to win. So it's from there, there's a second equation of if, I don't know why there's none of that, E greater than Z, and N less than Z, N less than 1.1, then it's another equation of O G N divided by 2000 plus I times 0.5 equals E. So until I remember what these variables actually equal, granted, I wrote this program on this calculator. It's 2016. It's August of 2016. I wrote this program almost 8 or 9 years ago. So this is 10 years old now. And I still happen to have it, which is badass. But then there's a secondary math equation here where it's N plus 0.03 equals N. And then from there, it just starts drawing it draws the track, and it draws the dots. which is pretty cool. But you know, from there, that's where I'll have to go back in, look at my program. This is incorrect. This bothers me. But in C Sharp, that'll be very easy. That'll be something like if, that's basically translated to if d w and n 1.1. Then you do a bracket, you do the math equation. I'm not typing that again. Bracket. And that's all it is for putting it into C Sharp. Now I got to figure out what D, W, and N stand for in this program because it's been so goddamn long. But, you know, that's not going to be too hard once I really crack this open, figure it out, and go from there. Because actually what's kind of funny about this is I wrote the algorithms and everything like that first for my program. I believe 2000, the 2000 was actually the race distance. I'm not entirely sure on that though. Not what I wanted. I wanted racetrack, find a racer, stock. I believe 2000 is the race distance. I'm gonna run a race. It's my GTR versus a Supra. I wish you guys could actually see the screen. I lost like hell. But what we're going to do here is we're going to actually modify that code. And there's 3 skill levels. So quarter mile was that. So we're going to see here, it's going to make me go all the way through the code because I didn't wait. Oh boy. Ooh, I forgot about the lists. That's going to be fun because eventually I'll convert all this to list statements and variables and stuff. But you know, this is the nerdy crap that I do. Granted, I need to learn how to clean up this code. This is so many lines of code. It's still going to the point that I broke the code. You can do kind of basic debugging on graphing calculator basic programming. If you hit the on button while the program is running, it breaks the code, so it adds like a little break, and you can actually go to the specific line that it that you stop the program running from. Yeah, this is gonna, okay, there it is. So we're gonna actually quit out of that. I'm gonna do this right real quick because I want you guys to understand it at least, which most of you probably won't. Somehow I magically got more money doing that, so I found a money bug in my own game here. That's badass. So we break the code there. I'm going to change this 2000 to 1000. See what happens. Because that'll be fun, right? Because I believe that was race distance. So this should make the race a lot faster. Yeah, that made it a lot faster. So that 2000 was race distance, I believe. I might be wrong. Still, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to put it back to the 2000 that it was, though. But I really want to believe that was distance. I'm just not sure. It's going to suck when I'm wrong, but you know, whatever. This was probably one of the coolest projects I ever made on a calculator. Jesus Christ. I forgot that there was multiplayer on this app. Oh, that was cool. I actually made multiplayer where it would connect up and you could actually, on these calculators, there's a little input-output. Holy crap, I am just sitting here talking while you're staring at a screen of nothing. This is utterly pointless. This is a crap video at this point. If anybody is still watching, I commend you. But I added multiplayer to this, which was really cool. You would actually connect your calculators up via link cable at the top of the calculator, and it would actually race your friend, and it was like live. It was so cool. It was the closest thing to live action racing you could probably get on a calculator, but it was so cool. So like, this is the basic equation of what it's going to look like when it comes out. Once I know what these, I'm actually going to save this text file. Equation. Once I figure out what those variables are, we'll come back to this text file, I'll convert it to the proper equation, and I'll make these variables the proper variables, and we'll go from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you made it this far, that's badass. Please subscribe, all that. Liking, I'm not going to ask you to like the video because frankly, liking a video doesn't do anything for a channel. But if you subscribe, that'd be badass. Check out the Sinful Android website where I have a full change log of this. I'll put the equations up. I'll try to get all the equations out of the program, and I'll post them up on Sinful Android sometime next week because I have a very busy weekend due to Labor Day weekend. But I will talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace the hell out.